Welcome back to Wisdom and Life. I hope you are doing well wherever you are. And in today's episode, we want to share about my experience with chemotherapy. For the next several months, I was going to be without hair. And also, I want to take this opportunity to just appreciate the social capital in my life. If you've seen my photos on Facebook, please check on Sophie Simon. You will see between September and February, between September 2021 and February 2022, what I had on my head was not weaves, they were wigs. And they were very good wigs, for your information. And none of them did I buy with my own money. You know, God had already spoken to me in Psalm 91, and He catered for me across the board. Be it my physical pain, be it my financial needs, be it my whatever thing that I needed, God made sure that I got. And so, in fact, the first week, I just called a friend of mine and told her, please, I need 1 week, tomorrow I have to go to church. And she sent it over. And the consecutive ones, people were just bringing. In fact, one of the times I was brought some wigs from Abby. I'm meant to understand that I'm not marketing anybody, please. I've not been paid by anybody. But I'm meant to understand she's the one who sells quality wigs and quite expensive ones. But somebody was sent to where I work, and I had to pick 2 wigs actually from that particular package she was carrying. You can imagine that is how God supplies. And it's important I share so that you don't lose hope and think that your need is a bit awkward, your need is off, your need maybe is luxurious. Just tell God what you need, and He will give it to you. He will meet you at your point of need. That is what the Bible says. Another challenge that I experienced, there is this morning I wake up and I realize that there is blood on my toothbrush. Of course, immediately I get to understand that my platelets must be very low, because platelets is a component of our blood which helps us with clotting so that you don't bleed, or if you bleed, you don't bleed so much. So this morning I knew that my platelets are low, and I walked straight to the lab, and the test is done, and I find that my platelets are at 57. Any medical personnel watching this will understand that 57 is very low. And the lab person tells me, do you know you need to be admitted urgently for you to be transfused? And then I compose myself and I tell them, please repeat. They repeat, it's now at 70. Sometimes it's just the calibrations, but you see it's not a very big difference. So it's 70. And now when I called the nurse, we used to really interact very closely, and she'll guide me on what to do. And she just laughed and said, you know, you need to be here like yesterday. So at that particular moment, I rushed to the hospital, and she gives me 2 options. She tells me, one option is we transfuse you platelets. The second option is I give you the filgrastim, another injection of filgrastim. After we give you another injection of filgrastim, then we'll check next week to see how far the blood has improved. So I choose the second option. I don't want an admission. And by the way, in all these things, I was never admitted for any chemotherapy side effects. I had told God I do not want any admission for this. I will survive it at home, whatever comes, however it may be, I will survive it at home. So, and these filgrastim injections I used to give myself at home. And that's how God had just given me grace to survive this thing, to just show the enemy that he doesn't have so much strength. That time also my WBC, that is my white blood cells, were 2, meaning that my immunity was as low as you can imagine. Being at 2, it means that I was susceptible to any other infection that may come. And you can imagine throughout, it was during COVID season, I had colleagues who got COVID, I had people I shared the office with who got it, but I never got it. Why? God had given me an assurance in Psalm 91